After helping so many families and individuals move across the country to northern Colorado, we thought to ask them, hey, what were some of the worst mistakes that somebody could make when making such a big move? And their answers varied widely, from not timing it well enough to not talking to our kids enough. So today we are going to jump into a video and talk about specifically 9 mistakes somebody could make and how maybe to avoid those mistakes when moving across the country. Now, my name is Patrick Soukup with Soukup Real Estate. This is the Living in Fort Collins channel, and today we're talking about the worst mistakes you can make when moving across the country and specifically to Colorado. Let's go. Now, you're doing number 1 right now, so I don't necessarily think you're gonna make this mistake. But number 1, not researching the area thoroughly enough. Now, this YouTube channel has grown over the last 3 years really tremendously about all these different folks that are looking at getting more information about our wonderful community. But you need to take a look at the cost of living, job opportunities, the time it's going to take to get to DIA, what are different kind of surrounding suburbs of the area. And that is what we talk about in this channel all over the place. So make sure to do your research in and out, up and down. Look at the cost of living and understand gas, utilities, and different nuances that really are going to impact your life when you make this move. Number 2, and this really could impact whether you stay in northern Colorado or move back home, and that's involving your family. If people are not involving their family enough and really trying to get them to understand this massive move, it could really come back and bite you in the butt. Now, fortunately, the majority of individuals that we've worked with and have moved to Colorado have really enjoyed the move and have loved life. But there are a small handful, for whatever reason, when they got here, did not like it and turned around and moved. Now, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars that could cost you making the move here, either renting or buying, and then moving back home. So make sure to involve your family, your partner, your spouse, as much as possible when making this move, and to whatever degree possible, making sure that everybody is on the same page. Number 3, understanding the weather. Now, this is Colorado, and the weather is very dynamic. It can change season to season, year to year, decade to decade. And while my perspective is only having been here in Fort Collins my entire life in northern Colorado, somebody coming from a San Diego where it's 70 and sunny all day long, or a Phoenix where it's hot with a little fall or winter to be spoken of, coming here, we have 4 distinct seasons. And one summer it could be extremely hot, and one summer it could be pretty rainy and overcast. One winter could be very warm, sunny, no snow, and another winter we could have tremendous amounts of snow. And one year we could have hail, and another year no hail. One year windy, another year not windy. Fort Collins, Colorado, northern Colorado, and Colorado in general, the weather, do not underestimate the weather. Number 4, not securing housing far enough in advance. Whether you are looking at renting or buying, you should really begin to understand that process. Renting, it's going to be quick. Now, properties move off the market relatively fast, so really, when you're anywhere between 45 to 65, 70 days out, you should definitely be full guns going trying to secure housing. Now, when you're buying a house, it's a little bit different because obviously there's seasonality behind inventory of the market. There is the time to close. There is the searching period, pre-approval. Understand that process and work with somebody who really understands the move across a country and what that might entail. But not securing housing far enough in advance could cause a significant amount of stress. Number 5, overlooking job prospects. Now, a lot of the individuals that have moved here either are moving because of a job or are able to move here because they're able to remote work, or maybe they are seeing Colorado, Fort Collins as somewhere they want to start a business. But ultimately, having kind of an understanding of what the job market is, the economy backbone, because maybe in the event you don't want to work for that remote job anymore, or you want to find a job in Fort Collins, understand what the pay is and what job prospects are in the event that you want to change jobs or work locally. Number 6, preparing your children for the move. I think it would be something really mistaken if you didn't prepare them enough, helping them understand that, hey, we're going to make this big move, educate them about the area, and getting them involved in activities when you are here. It is definitely a massive move, and a lot of folks are moving either, before middle school or even before elementary school so that they can really get ingrained and involved in that school with the friends around them. But we recently had a client who actually built a PDF book telling and detailing a story to their kid about where they are moving and why they are moving and what they could expect when making that move. But definitely understand that kids are going to be curious about this new area. It's so different from home, maybe weather or climate or friends, all those different things. So make sure to educate those kiddos as much as you can. Number 7, neglecting to establish a kind of support friend network. Now, we live in an amazing day and age where you could actually get into a Facebook group in an area that is specific to where you're moving, whether that be Windsor, Fort Collins, Wellington. There are these groups of people that have lived in there, moms groups, dads groups, you name it. There are some pretty awesome opportunities for you to form and build relationships before you even get here. Doctors, lawyers, all of these different things that you might want to begin kind of vetting out. And those are definitely people that we can help you with, especially, those that are buyers. We provide professional networks, trades networks when they close on a home. But that's something that you can kind of do on your own before you get here. And having a boots on the ground team, a local realtor would be great. A lender would be awesome. These are people who are going to be kind of your support system, at least at the beginning, until you get really established in the area and have the opportunity to grow. But I would say in today's day and age, not beginning to establish friendships before you get here probably would be something that I would advise against. Leverage those tools and those abilities, leverage the people that are in your support corner, the realtors and the lenders, and have them kind of introduce you to different individuals. Make sure that they know the tradesmen and the professionals. Start there and grow it from there. Number 8, not planning for Colorado transportation. We have had clients that have moved here with 2-wheel drive vehicles maybe that aren't made for the snow, or got here and realized quickly that they needed to get an all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive vehicle, maybe even an SUV. Now, don't get me wrong, you can absolutely get around town with an all-wheel drive sedan. But if you're going to be in Fort Collins, Northern Colorado, or Colorado in general, you are probably going to want some type of SUV with either all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive to be able to get you up above that snow and get you to and from either the grocery store or work a little bit easier. So make sure that you have the right transportation at hand. And finally, number 9 is really a 4-part to number 9, but is rushing the move. Now, I think that there's this kind of balance between rushing the move and having too much time on your hands between making the move and actually doing it. Not to say that things don't change in people's lives, but we talk with people who are planning a move 2 or 3 years out, and I would say, generally speaking, those individuals, maybe 50% anecdotally make the move, whereas the other 50% life changes. So I think number 1, researching the area and making those calls is super important. But number 9, not rushing the move is also very important. If you're going to move here on a whim, probably, a 50-50 chance that you head back home after you get here. Make sure to explore the area and really understand everything. But rushing the move also entails scheduling movers. You're going to want to get 3 bids from a moving company. They could vary dramatically. Also, look at different moving options. U-Box, pods. You could have a mover load a U-Haul at your hometown. You could drive it across country and have other movers move it out and move it into your home here. So make sure to explore your options and always ask us if you have any specific questions or curiosities about that move. Also, the 3rd mistake to avoid, the weather, will require you to not rush the move in regards to having a contingency plan. What are you going to do if you happen to be moving middle of winter and you're stuck in a 12-inch snowstorm? Where are you going to stay? Having those contingency plans for 1 to 3 days if needed, while you're making that big move across the country. Part 3 of rushing the move is underestimating the time it's going to take on the front and back end of the move. Front end, you're going to be rushing to get a lot of work done, packing the truck. It's going to take longer than you need. And on the back end, you're unloading the truck. You might be trying to rush back to work. And really, your mental and physical just need a couple days rest. So whether it's kind of like when you reconstruction job, it's going to cost double and it's going to take just 2 times as long. That might be the same thing that you want to take into consideration for moving. Give yourself a little bit extra time on the front end and on the back end, which really just goes down to the final one. Don't underestimate the time and effort this is going to make. Recently, I asked an individual who was making the move here from Houston. I said, hey, when you get settled, and that could be a few weeks to a couple months here in town, reach out to us and we'd love to go out and have a beer, treat you guys, and get to know you a little bit better and spend some time with you. But I was specific on a few weeks to a month or so after, because you're going to be unboxing, whether you're doing some construction projects on the home before you move in, getting to know the area, getting your kids into school, trying to figure out your daily routine for grocery. Do not underestimate the time and effort on the actual move it's going to take to get accustomed and acquainted to this area. And definitely, if you are making that move and you have made that move and you're concerned or frustrated or don't have any idea of what to do next to build friends, we generally work with a lot of people that we become friends with here on this channel. So reach out to us, let's network, let's engage, and make Fort Collins, Northern Colorado, or Colorado a home that you love now and forever. So those are the worst mistakes to avoid making when making this big move. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.